Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Small Business Sundays. I am your host and favorite realtor, Allison Irvin Farrell. And today is a very special day, guys. You know why? Because I am joined by my little baby sister, Colleen Irvin, used to be Blackston. Colleen, introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Colleen Blackston, yes, formerly Irvin, and I am Allison's youngest sister.
Youngest baby sister. So I am so excited because we brought Colleen here because not only is she a therapist, not only is she I'm going to butcher your titles and you're going to get on me because you're going to say, I got a master's for this. So
I am a clinical social worker.
Clinical social worker as well. She is also a children's book author, and she has just finished writing and publishing Kinsley Sets a Boundary. And I have to say, this is probably my all-time favorite children's book now. I have to admit that. I may be a little bit biased, but I think you'll love it too. So, Colleen, tell us a little bit about this book, and then, very little, she gets lengthy, and then we're going to get started with the questions.
Yes. So, Kinsley Sets a Boundary is a multi-generational family owns a farm, and they find themselves in need of acquiring a new horse to keep the farm afloat. And the big conundrum is that the horse comes in and she has some boundaries. And so they have some expectations of her, but she has some expectations of self. And so it's really about creative solutions and trying to figure out best ways to meet the needs of the farm while honoring her boundaries.
Okay. So as you can see, it's a very exciting and unique premise. So Colleen, I'm going to dive in with some of the questions that the audience wants to know most of all. Okay. So, well, actually, this is always my first and favorite question. What was your big why behind the book?
Yeah. So I'm a therapist. I'm a therapist first. And so what I've really found in doing work with children as young as 2 years of age, all the way up through our thriving seniors, one thing that holds true that I have found in working with adults specifically is the power of them being able to really unlock the power of their no. And I've heard so many people when they have finally begun emphasizing their needs and prioritizing themselves first, how much it's given them additional capacity and it's helped their relationships to grow. And so I always hear them say, why didn't I know about this sooner, earlier? I wish I would have learned about this when I was a kid. And so I really thought this would be a great opportunity to really introduce these soft skills to both children and adults at a very early age.
I love that. No, I do love that. And I love that the word why was already wrapped in there. So that really correlates with the big why and why it's necessary. So, did you always plan on this being a children's book or writing a children's book, or did our Kinsley just kind of tap you on the shoulder at some point?
Kinsley absolutely tapped me on my shoulder. For those who know me, and you know this, of course, because you're my sister and I've been stuck with you.
I've been stuck with her, guys.
But writing has truly been my first love, my first passion. As you know, I've been writing since I was in second grade or so.
Yes.
And literally when I wrote that first poem, it tapped me on my shoulder and I didn't really understand the words that I was writing, but it just naturally came to me and through me. And Kinsley happened just the same in terms of my son, your nephew, asked me to tell him bedtime stories. I'm very creative minded. And so I would make up these stories and I would always try to infuse some therapeutic practices and value there in those evenings that we would have these times. And I just began telling this story. I just made it up on the top of my head. And it just kept coming and kept coming. And it had this wonderful moral. And I left the room that night and said to his dad, I'm like, whoa, like I just told this story and it was really good. The next evening, Titan asked me to please tell him the horsey story again.
Oh, wow.
And the next evening, he asked me to tell him the same story again. And I finally said to my husband, Dante, I said, I got to write this one down.
What's crazy is I don't even know the story. I don't think I ever knew the origins of the book. So shame on me.
Yeah.
And maybe you too. So how old was Titan when you first started telling him the story?
He was probably nearly 4 years old.
Okay, so it is relatable then for
Yeah.
even 4 years old, late 3s, early 4s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I think one of the things that makes this story in particular so relatable to children as young as 3.5, it seems like, is that there are animals in the story.
Yeah.
So why are books on animals, why do you think those are so relatable to children?
Yeah. Well, first of all, just a lot of our shows, our media, the stuffed animals, there's that part of it. But what I also find, and why I love to utilize books in therapy for children and adults alike, is that a lot of times children have a better way of empathizing with the stories and the characters, specifically animals.
Right.
So even if I have children that may have a hard time talking about their feelings, if I'm able to read a book and I'm able to then say to them, how do you think this character is feeling, or what do you think this character is experiencing, they're able to better connect with that version of their feelings and being able to communicate in that way. And so I try to take some of that and also just have some really beautifully illustrated characters and animals. I want them to look friendly and approachable, and kids just kind of
They gravitate to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. So we know that the message is teaching kids boundaries. Like, that's the big overarching message. What do you think is the biggest misconception parents have about teaching boundaries to their young kids?
Yeah, that's a great question.
And before you answer, I'm going to tie in the second part of that too.
Okay.
And also, what's one simple sentence parents could teach their children to help them set a boundary the right way?
Yeah. So I think the biggest misconception is that there is too early of an age to start. You and I have had this conversation.
We have.
It's to me, you cannot start early enough. I'll also add to that, it's never too late to also begin the conversation. But as young as I have a 2-year-old daughter, since my son and daughter, and an 8-year-old son, but since they were infants, even as I was washing them up in the bathtub and talking about their body parts and using the proper language around it and what's appropriate, and if mommy's ever, if you ever feel uncomfortable, who are appropriate people. We talk about the doctor, mommy, daddy, whatever, but we begin the conversation. And to me, I want to normalize the conversation. Just as they're learning their ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, I want them to also be able to be vulnerable.
ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, and boundaries.
My 2-year-old is already beginning to say, respect my boundaries. So it's never too early of an age to start. You definitely want to use gentle language that is child appropriate, of course.
Right.
But to begin just having those conversations early on is really important. And then the second part of the question was
a sentence. Is there like one simple sentence parents can teach their kids to help them set a boundary right away?
Absolutely. So you know this one as well, but my kids can already say, please respect my boundary. But
it's so annoying, guys. I think that we need to stream our when to say that.
I love it. I remember even when our kids were small, I think they were young as 4 or 5, and Chase and Titan getting into arguments about please respect my boundaries. It was the cutest thing.
To her. It wasn't cute to me.
I was eating it up. But they can say that. But they can also say, please respect my no. They can also say, thank you for respecting my no. Or simply put, they can just say no. Yeah.
It makes sense. It does make sense. So I want to talk about the creative process throughout your story writing journey. So did Kinsley always look the way that she looks in your mind? Was she always going to be this horsey on a farm? Was there always a farm? Like, what did that creative process look like? Did it change over time? How did it look?
It was consistent. And when I tell you, this story has not changed much at all. I think I may have even made it a bit more consumable for children that were a little more mature in age. But no, it's been really consistent. The funny thing about this book is I actually had it fully illustrated, paid an artist. And I was like, that is not my Kinsley. That is not my horse. So
now I want to see the old horse. Let's see what she used to look like.
She went through some things. She had a glow up. But but no, I had it, and I said, this isn't her. This isn't it. And so I went back to the drawing board, and it was really important that I found an artist that was an artist and respected that I too am an artist, but my art comes through words. And I found someone that was able to translate and transcribe the art in my head and put it into illustrations on paper. And so I really gave her creative freedom to say, get busy and I trust you. And this is what's come up. So I was able to give her a few things. My one sticking point was because my son Titan is a character in the book. And so I did share a photo with him and say, I would like this image to be in his likeness. But other than that, I gave her free range. Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
So I want to know, did you find anything surprisingly difficult with writing a book? And when I say surprisingly difficult, I mean in writing a children's book. Did you find that to be harder than you expected, or not so much because you were already doing the storytelling part of it all?
No, I didn't find that to be difficult, thankfully. I think between just already being a writer, already working with children, already having my own children, that part came very naturally. I will say though, part of the hardest process for me was having to switch gears from the creative minded person that I am and then having to be the technical administrator of having to see this project through with edits and communications with publishing and that type of thing. That in itself is a lot to kind of constrain and constrict a very creative minded person.
Yeah,
so that was probably the most, not to say that it was even that challenging of an aspect, but to have to switch hats was difficult. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I can see where that part would be, especially because of what your role is in everyday life. You don't have to manage other people to get things done. It's you, and then it's whoever your clients are in front of you.
Yeah.
So no, I can definitely see that. Yeah. And I want to segue because the big theme in this book is big feelings. We talk about big feelings between the animals and the family itself. So what is it about these big feelings that kids kind of resonate with?
Yeah.
Or it happens.
Yeah, we all have them.
Yeah.
We all have them. I have. I don't know. You knew
Girl, she had big feelings.
Feelings. I feel my feelings.
She does.
I feel my feelings out loud. All of them. Joy, pain, hurt, love, sad, sorrow, all of the things. I feel them. And so that's part of, again, the book itself, but also being a therapist.
Right. True. And then with that, what's one big feeling? Because like she said, she has big feelings.
I do.
She does. So my feelings aren't always so big, and we go back and forth with that as sisters, and we have an older sister too. So for adults, what's one big feeling that you wish that we maybe talked about or demonstrated more?
Yeah. So oddly enough, anger. I think we have to really honor our anger and really recognize what it is. Anger, a lot of people don't recognize, but anger is a secondary emotion. And so, and speaking to children and adults, I preface it a little differently, but nonetheless, anger oftentimes shows up accompanying a more vulnerable emotion. It shows up as a protector. Okay. So if we're looking at this and this is a story from when we were children, but if someone was getting picked on, they may go get their big sister to say, hey, that big person over there is picking on me.
Right.
And so anger gets to kind of show up as this protector and say, hey, you leave my little sister alone or you have to deal with me. And so again, it takes charge, it takes center stage. But what about that vulnerable part that it's protecting? So if we could really honor and recognize that anger is there, but then simply ask that question, what are you here to protect in this moment? Then we're able to unlock, whether it be abandonment or rejection, embarrassment, sadness, whatever it is, we are then able to identify what that feeling is that's hiding behind that big emotion.
Anger. Yeah. When she was little, she used to always have to come get her big sister to fire man. Well, I did get my big sister though.
Yeah,
but yes,
I had to get in her body.
I handled my own work. She was taller than me. So what's one top secret sisterhood inside the book that I can know? Like, I want to know, was there any scene that you wish could have stayed in the book? Who was your favorite character? And who would you say you're the most like in real life out of the story?
Everything stayed in the book.
Oh, and which one's like my niece and nephew?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so listen, we're a family of Kinsleys. I am Kinsley. My son is Kinsley, and my daughter is Kinsley. And so, my poor husband, we keep him busy and on his toes. But we all experience big feelings, and we are all very intentional about recognizing what our feelings and our needs are, and really, really kind of holding to what's important to us. And so I do think that that's something that we all share, and trying to work creatively as a family and honoring what it is that our needs are, while also recognizing that there's still expectations and things that we have to honor in terms of our home and
right.
the flow of things. It's a
big thing.
It is.
Yeah.
Interesting times.
It's very interesting times indeed. So I want to ask you about these illustrations.
Yeah.
So you guys, I don't know how much you can see these, but there are just absolutely gorgeous illustrations in this book. Is there any hidden meanings or secrets in here that one page, I don't want to get too much, but it seems like the oranges have faces on the first page. Look at these little smiley faces on the oranges. You guys probably can't see it, but they're there. So is there any other hidden little doodads or funny things that we could see in the book?
I just want to say that my artist, Zorae Goudini, is a beast.
Oh, I love that.
She is a beast. And when I go back and read the book, I'm still finding little hidden gems and Easter eggs and things. Or I'm like, oh, she did not sneak that in there. There are so many little things that her art in itself emotes emotions. And so it's just, yes, there's a lot of things. There are probably things that I still haven't uncovered yet. And thankfully, I get to read this book again and again and again, and I get to see new things each time.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you guys when we're done with this, how you will get to read this book again and again and again to your children. So as far as boundaries are concerned,
yes,
is there one boundary that we can take as parents? You know, I'm a parent. Our kids are the same age, and then we both have littles. So many moms watching this and dads, their parents. So what is one thing that we could take and just start implementing it?
So it's a couple things. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a couple things. But first of all, I want us as a people in a society to start getting more comfortable saying no and accepting no and recognizing that no does not have to be a punitive word or punishment. My boundary isn't being put in place to punish you or make you feel uncomfortable. It's to protect me. It's to make me feel comfortable. So that's number one. And I think the hard part in terms of parenting is, especially coming from where we come from, is when we hear no or we say no, a lot of times it's, don't you say that to me, right? And so how can we honor
Still is.
how can we honor the role that we play as the big people in the room? And hey, I'm the parent, and what I say goes, while also recognizing that if they're asking us to please knock on their door.
Well, it depends. I think I think there's always certain situations, but I understand what you're saying. They need to have some form of autonomy.
Yes.
And some license to set a boundary in some point or another.
Absolutely. And so I think the other thing that I'm supporting both my bigs and littles in understanding as well, and when I say bigs and littles in terms of therapy, it's my adults as well, is that a boundary isn't always a no, but a boundary can also be a yes, but this is how. So I think that in terms of parenting, even if it's okay, we've got to get this done because you got to be in bed, or you can't do this isn't safe, or whatever it is, you can say, I hear you. How can we do this? So what would be the comma and this is how? We can really get to what the ask is and why the ask is what it is. How can we support them in feeling best supported? How can we help them have that conversation? And you as their parent, you're going to be their partner in figuring this thing out. And as they continue to grow and move forward, they can take these skills forward in relationships to come.
Okay.
So just don't shut it down is all I'm asking. Let it be a thoughtful conversation, not just because I said so.
Depending on the conversation, depending on the topic, then yes. So that I want to know, what is Kinsley universe? Are we going to be able to see more from Kinsley? Is Kinsley going to get a series? What's going on with Kinsley past this book?
Yes. Well, listen, the Urban Family Farm is going to get upset with you giving Kinsley all this shine. Right now, she gets to be the star and the belle of the ball. But the Urban Family Farm is actually going to be a series. And there are going to be lots of other books that stem from the other characters. Some of them have already been teased in this book. But then there'll be other stories to come that will feature what may be happening with the other animals and characters in the books and their own big feelings.
Okay, will there be an Allison?
Probably not. Maybe Auntie.
My big feelings are coming out.
Maybe a magical auntie can come to visit briefly.
She is magical.
Maybe she'll help the family look for a new farm.
Oh, there it is. I never stay like a sister will. Good job. So, that was good. So, okay, so I love that. And then, okay, so again, we're sisters. We have an older sister that I'm sure most of the audience knows. Do you feel like we had any issues setting boundaries, or where you had to, or you had to exhibit your boundary growing up? Maybe not.
I cannot. Maybe you could help me with. First of all, of course, and it's not just growing up, but
rude.
But what happened? It was something we always shared a room, and something went down. You were not respecting my boundary. And I said, listen, I can't tell you what to do, but what I will tell you is if this persists, I'm out of here.
I don't remember the conversation going quite so nicely, but yes.
I packed up and I left.
So I can't remember what but I do know what you're talking about. And she did move out of our bedroom.
I had a sleeping blanket.
She had a sleeping blanket.
And
you did move out of the bedroom.
I did. I had to hold my ground.
You did hold your ground. You did set that ridiculous boundary. And then I lured you back.
With fruit snacks.
Yeah. I think it was all the yellow ones. Yes, so yes, I did like. So yes, okay.
But I had to leave, and I had to stand on business, and it got you to come around and recognize.
She manipulated me, guys. But yeah, I do. Okay, so even at a young age, she was setting boundaries. Yes. So before we move into the lightning round, because we do have a lightning round coming. Okay. Oh wait a minute! Before I even ask that, I do want to know, how does it feel to know that you wrote something that are going to teach so many babies how to say no at an early age? Like this it could have a monumental impact.
Yeah.
Like, what does that feel like to you?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. I also feel like there is not pressure, but it's just like an empowered purpose to get it out there and to make sure that it can. And it's my hope and it's my prayer that Kinsley can kind of act as a fountain that can pour into what is needed to continue to keep these series growing and living and touching as many lives, whether it be from sales, whether it be from readings and being able to go to businesses and organizations and share Kinsley with the world, libraries.
Yes.
I have really big hopes and dreams because I think a lot of kids, not just kids, but I think it also helps parents and really teachers, daycare centers.
That's what I was going to say, the teachers and all those things. Like I would love to see Kinsley in my little classroom, all their classrooms. So no, I can definitely, and I think, and I know you touched on this earlier, I think, and I saw this when I was reading the book, because I do sometimes, guys, audience, I do sometimes have issues with setting boundaries and keeping them and all the good stuff. So I think even reading the book for myself, I learned more about my own boundaries, and it's okay to set them and it's okay to speak up and not feel bad. So no, I think there's a lot that can be learned across the board, across the spectrum from anybody who picks up this book and grabs it. So as we know, the holidays are coming up. I think this would make an amazing stocking stuffer for our children, for teachers. I want you to tell them everywhere we can find you, all the things. How can we find this book?
Yes, so the book is available now. Kinsley Sets a Boundary is available now on Amazon.
Okay.
Yes, and so also in terms of finding me, you can find me at my website at www.shiningshadows.com. Okay. Also, do I get my phone number?
No, but I will. I mean, you can get, well, if you want to, but I'm going to link everything that go ahead and give your phone number.
240-383-5294. And if anybody would like to learn more about purchasing the book, or maybe even ways that can come to your organization, whether it be a small business, if you have it, or a daycare or a library or classroom, to share Kinsley, as well as taking advantage of the resource that I am in terms of being a child and family therapist, to be able to sit and have a thoughtful dialogue with parents and students and children alike, and some activities I can bring along as well.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. I love that. Okay, and I am going to link all that information in the bio, guys, so don't worry about trying to catch it off, as she says, that we're fast talkers in our family. So speaking of fast talker, let's do my favorite game, the lightning round. She knows nothing about these questions, guys. The good part is that she has to keep them to like one word for both of them, most of them. Awesome. Yeah, so are you ready? All right, here we go. Favorite children's book of all time?
Ooh, Sam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham.
Okay. Coffee, tea, or whatever's closest?
Coffee.
All right. Are you a morning writer or a midnight writer?
Ooh, midnight.
Okay. One word that describes your writing style.
Perfection.
Oh, gosh. Now she's going to say creative. Okay. So she's at perfection. So what's your mama's superpower?
Ooh. Having multiple superpowers.
Girl.
Oh.
I mean, you're taking me out of my interview style. I'm that girl. Okay, she has a lot, guys.
I think it's the confidence that, as you can see.
Yes,
it's the confidence of it all.
She does get it done. You do get it done. I'll say that. What inspired Kinsley's character? One word answer.
Titan.
Oh, that was a sweet answer.
I love him.
Okay, feelings. Big or big? Big. Harder to write, the first page or the last page?
Ooh.
I know, I like that one.
Ooh. Last page.
I can see that. You probably wanted to keep going. And it's okay, we're one. Okay, so then what's harder, writing or editing?
Oh my gosh, editing.
Editing, okay. The writing part came pretty natural, right? Favorite place to write?
I would just say in a cozy dark space.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What about your dream writing retreat location?
Deep Creek in the mountains. Fall. Bugs are dead. By a lake with a blanket and a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be there with you. Getting on your nerves. Okay. Distracting you. Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love your illustrator?
Oh, I love her.
Okay. So
I love her.
So 10, just 10. One word.
Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Okay. One book you wish you could have written first.
Ooh. Remember I had some really good story time tales as well that I started that project years ago and it got thwarted. It was another bedtime series as well.
Okay.
That had character.
Oh.
You read it. You actually went through my stuff and you read it. You said, okay, I was snooping, but this was really good.
And I was snooping?
You were snooping.
Good gracious.
Doesn't sound like you?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so will Kinsley return?
Yes.
Next big feeling you want to write about?
I want to write around the feelings of children recognizing the ones that they love getting a little more mature in their lives, like our seniors, and having conversations about changes.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
A character name you love but haven't used yet. I know Allison is the first one, but what's the next one? When you have love.
I don't know yet. I really don't have them named. I mean, I already have some of them named in the book, and so a teaser because George is the more mature horse in this book. And so I believe the next one is actually going to be featuring George and Grandma Urban are going to be the two main characters in the next story. And of course, Little Titan will be along for the adventure.
All right. And then one word hint. Well, I feel like you already did this, but one word hint about your next project.
I just gave a teaser.
I know. Thank you, Colleen, again for joining us today on Small Business Sundays. Of course, the whole purpose of this series is to give back to community. We have all these tiny gems in our own backyard, and I just love to be able to focus the attention on you guys, your small business, and what you're doing, and put it back out there to the bigger audience so that they can kind of just pick it up and enjoy it like I do. Yeah. So get this book, guys. It's amazing. It's life-changing, and just read it so many times over and over again. You'll thank me later. All right. See you soon.